Hi there, coaches. It's Sanai here, and I want to put this message out there, and not wanting to sound like a cheesy wedding DJ. I want to give this message to all you lovely coaches out there, and especially you lovely coaches who may be experiencing some setbacks in your business. Sometimes we can experience setbacks that start to feel like they're having a stranglehold on us. If you're feeling like this, if you're feeling like you're standing on the edge of some abyss, it is scary. Things aren't working for you at the moment. Perhaps it feels like there's some big external force that has turned off the tap. That flow of all your joy, your flow of abundance, your flow of passion, that sense of clarity in what you're doing seems to have just turned off. Perhaps you've hit a wall in your levels of confidence and you're questioning and doubting yourself. And some external force has turned off your flow of clients, and that feels very scary. So this message, I want you to hear this if that feels like you, if you're experiencing some setbacks in your coaching business. And what I want to talk to you about today is some very simple, basic stuff that you can switch immediately, like right now, to switch the outcomes of what's happening around you. The situation, the reason you're experiencing the setback, and now you're perpetuating the setback, whatever's going wrong, the sense of struggle, you're perpetuating it because of your focus. Where are you placing your focus right now? What are you focusing on? Are you focusing on some reality that doesn't exist? It's a reality that is completely created from your thinking, the images you're visualizing, these disempowering stories that you're telling yourself. Your focus is on the things that are keeping you stuck. So if you find yourself more and more every day kind of staying small and thinking, I can't do this anymore, I'm not good enough, I've lost my sparkle and shine, I've just lost my sense of clarity and purpose, and where are my people, what's happening, why aren't clients signing with me? If you're going through any of that, you're then just perpetuating more of the same. It's where is your focus? That's the situation that you can shift in a heartbeat to see a shift in the results externally, because it's what you are focusing on that is creating your current reality that feels so bad. I think about Abraham Hicks talks about everything that you want is over here. Everything that you want is just over here. But you're over here and you're focusing on over here. And you need to bridge the gap between where you are and where everything that you want is. And that gap, how to bridge that gap, is where you are focusing. So I want to talk to you about that today. Because you can actually switch your outcomes in a heartbeat. You can switch your focus. Okay, so when you are focusing on, and let's just kind of see if any of these things that, any of these areas of focus, excuses, limiting beliefs, old stories, if any of these are true for you, they may resonate with you. Things like people don't pay for coaching. People aren't paying for coaching. Coaching is so competitive. There's too many coaches out there. I'm not good enough. People, I'm not smart enough. People won't pay me for what I know. It's not enough. There's some BS going on around at the moment that the way to attract and sign paying clients on social media has somehow changed, that there's some new secret way to attract clients. The old way doesn't work anymore. It's rubbish. It's absolute rubbish. But that could be something that you've locked onto that is completely disempowering you. So it could be, what other limiting beliefs and excuses do we tell ourselves? I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I don't know enough, there's too much competition out there, it's a dog-eat-dog world, money is tight, there's no flow, you know, whatever it is, you are focusing on lack, you're focusing on scarcity, perhaps you're focusing too much on the numbers, how much by when, and not focusing on the why that how much by when is so important to you. You know, if you're not signing paying clients at the moment, perhaps you're starting to talk to people about not signing paying clients at the moment. Wherever your focus is at right now, you are just perpetuating more of the same, more struggle. I have a very, very good friend of mine, and I love him dearly. We grew up through coaching school together. He's a very powerful coach, Antonio, and he has a saying that is very, very true. He's Italian. His saying is very, very to the point, very blunt. You know, he doesn't whitewash things for you. And this simple expression is, it's your fault. It's your fault. If you're not getting the results you want, if your reality isn't what you desire right now, then it's your fault. What he means is it's where you're placing your focus. You're focusing on the wrong things. You're focusing on your limiting belief. You're focusing on some excuse that is disempowering you. You're focusing on all these external reasons why things aren't working and laying blame elsewhere, instead of switching your focus onto something more empowering, taking the action that you need to take. And if there's some skill that you don't have yet or something you need to learn, then you're not going on out there and learning that new skill. So it is your fault. And it is true. It is entirely within our power to shift our focus, in order to shift the way we feel, in order to shift the actions we're willing to take, in order to transform our results. So where are you focused on? And I want to leave you with kind of a couple of questions. And I'm going to cover things. I'm going to talk more about the fallacy of competition, the fallacy that there's some new way to attract clients, and the fallacy that there is some point, some tipping point that you will reach, that then suddenly it will all be done, that this business of being in business, there is some point that you can then relax and it will all be done. Because I'm telling you now, that is a fallacy, and I'm going to talk more about that in another video. But I want to leave you with 3 questions that are powerful questions to help you shift your focus. We need to raise awareness, first of all, to what you're focused on, to where you're placing your attention that is creating this blurred, destructive, disempowering, unhelpful reality for you. We need to raise awareness to what those things are in order for you to move forward. So the 3 questions that I want to ask you, the first one to leave you with, so I want you to go away and journal on these. The first one is, what are you pretending not to know? What are you pretending not to know? Are you pretending not to know that action is required to grow your business, to get out there, to attract clients? Are you pretending not to know that you have to get outside of your comfort zone? Are you pretending not to know that you need to get visible on behalf of your business, that there are ways to show up and spill that energy out into the world that is all inside of you? What are you pretending not to know? The second question is, what are you failing to see? You know, if everything you want is over here and you're so busy focused on over here, what are you failing to see? What do I mean by that? What are all the little specks and signs along the way that are showing up for you every day that you are missing because you're so focused over here, because what is over here is already happening for you? So let me give you an example. When you are so busy focused here, and focused on perhaps not making money, not signing clients, are you missing opportunities that are actually opportunities for making money over here? And a perfect example of that in my own business, almost a year ago now, I was in this state of having had a really great year. I started to backslide. My focus had just tipped off in one small way, and that led to this kind of almost a catalyst of more and more disempowering thoughts, old stories, all these old excuses started to surge up. And it's a roller coaster, right? So I had this experience last year where I started to feel like and focus on money stopped coming in, money stopped coming in, money stopped coming in. And so I started putting stuff out there to kind of almost test, what's happened, has money really stopped coming in? And one of the things I put out there was a 2-hour workshop, and I sold it for $47. And prior to that workshop, I'm selling one-to-one at $5,000. But all of a sudden, the $5,000 had dried up. I sold a package for $15,000, and that had come to the end. That program had finished with that particular client. And I put out a workshop for $47. 9 people paid for that workshop, 9 people. But I was so focused on no money coming in, I'm not making money. What's $47? That won't pay the bills. That's not what I'm used to. I started to ignore the fact that money was still flowing. The denomination is irrelevant. The amount where my focus was, I started to ignore that money was still flowing. And obviously that creates that constriction. That was disempowering. That made me think that I'd lost my touch somehow, that I wasn't able to generate money anymore, that perhaps people were tired of coaching and not investing in themselves or in coaching anymore. That's where my focus was, and I couldn't see that people are buying. People were happy to spend $47 on a workshop that I'd created. I was still generating money, but it wasn't the amount of money that I wanted or that I was used to, and so I started to ignore it. So that's kind of a speck and sign along the way. So what I'm saying by that is how to start noticing the specks and signs along the way that will create more of the same and more growth and more abundance is gratitude. Gratitude for all the small stuff, all the specks and signs along the way, so that you can instantly shift your focus on what is working, what is going well, all the evidence and references out there that you need to create a new reality for yourself that feels good, that will empower you to take the action you need to take. So that's my second question. What are you failing to see? Because all you need to do is open your eyes and start focusing on those good things, the specks and signs along the way. And the third question, which is kind of in line with everything I've just talked about, is what are you focused on right now? What is the excuse you're telling yourself? What is the excuse that you're feeding yourself that is disempowering you and stopping you from taking the action you need to take? What is the limiting belief on the old story that you suddenly got going over and over like a broken record that is making you shiver and shake in your front room and not go out there and take the action you need to take? What are you focused on right now? Write it all down on a big piece of A4. Go out into your garden right now and torch it, because it is stopping you from everything that is yours by right, because you dreamt it up, because you thought it, because you want it. It's your birthright, because you feel so passionate about it. And it's okay to have a blip. It's okay to have a wobble. But we perpetuate our struggles. We perpetuate our setbacks. We perpetuate our wobbles because we forget that it's all there for us. We lose trust. We lose faith. So this is for you. If you are experiencing these kind of setbacks in your business, those 3 questions. What are you pretending not to know? Go journal on that. What are you failing to see? Start seeing gratitude, appreciation, all the good stuff, all the evidence that's out there that will shift your focus and shift your reality right now. And where is your focus right now? Because again, wherever your focus is right now needs to get torched. Burn it and then rewrite your reality starting from now. Sending you so much love right now. I will speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.